Hello and welcome everybody back to the Celtic Forever podcast. We midweek chat with John. How you doing, John? How's things?
All right. How's things, mate?
Aye, not bad, John. The game at the weekend still in everybody's mind, obviously. Still a massive talking point there with this VAR and the SFA as well, John. So obviously that Celtic appealed the red card for Yang at the game against Hearts on Sunday, and the appeal was lost. They dismissed it. So the 2 games ban stands, if you like. So we're missing against Livingston at the weekend and St Johnstone next week as well. So he's missing both games, John. What do you think of that decision?
It's like they're sticking by their guns. We done nothing right. That's their attitude. They believe that was a fair decision. Yet Liam Scales gets kicked in the head and nothing happens for a worse challenge.
Yeah, well, that's it, John. You look at that kick in the head, Liam Scales. And then you've got the Kyogo one as well, where he's just basically assaulted on the park with a flying header into the side of the head. The one on the goalkeeper as well, Hart, John, that was another shocking kick on the face for Hart. And then there's the one on Alistair Johnston and many others, John, and no action taken against any of these. And then you've got possibly one of the softest red cards I've ever seen. He doesn't make any contact. Or his foot is high, but it doesn't make actual contact. And he gets a straight red, John, and a 2-game ban after appeal. It's disgusting, isn't it?
Well, we know Celtic know what they need to do the rest of the season. They know they're up against it. They're not just fighting teams on the park, they're fighting these officials. So there's 2 battles in every game for Celtic. You're fighting against the officials. The officials aren't going to award red cards to opposition players for kicking Celtic players in the head and all that. So that's the standard set, for the rest of the seasons, and it's sickening.
Yeah, but also that wasn't the only decision against Hearts. There was obviously the penalty decision as well, which is actually more shocking, but it was the red card that affected the game, wasn't it? But the penalty one was how anybody can see that as a penalty. I know we've already went over this, but how anybody can see that as a penalty, John? Anybody on this planet can say that's a penalty is mind-boggling. It's baffling.
Aye, it's unbelievable. But we've already spoke about all this. There's not much now. I know everybody's probably still talking about it. I don't know, but we spoke about it at great length on Sundays, and I think we should just park the bus with that because there's nothing we can do about it. We're all disgusted with it. The evidence is there, the blatant cheating, and they're sticking by their guns. And that makes it just 10 times more sickening that they think that's acceptable.
So I think Celtic should now, any red cards they receive, don't go to the appeal board, just leave it, because it's not going to get accepted. It's pointless. So, yeah, that's your SFA involved in it as well now, John, refusing to overturn the red card. So the red card stands, the appeal is refused, and Yang misses 2 vital games for Celtic: Scottish Cup game on Sunday and the St Johnstone game next weekend. So, okay. We'll leave it there. We'll discuss it. Moving on, some other news. Obviously, Abada, he's more or less away, John. He's passed a medical at MLS team Charlotte FC. And most of we're going to be getting in the region of between 9 and 11 million for Abada, John. That's not a bad bit of business.
It certainly is, aye. Well, good riddance to him because they didn't want to play for Celtic. Thanks for your service. You were a good wee player when you felt like playing, but look, he didn't want to play for Celtic, Xander, so that's why I'm saying good riddance to him. Thanks for your service, cheerio. Well done, Celtic, and getting the big bucks for him.
Yeah, 11 million for a player that wasn't getting a game, but, they've got to start spending this money. That's the thing. That's another 11 million added to the already 80 million in the bank. That's us up to 90-odd million. Nearly 100 million in the bank there, John. And we spend £1 million in January, but we've got to start spending that money.
It's too late now to start spending the money for this season, isn't it? But look, it's good money, and like you says, what's it going to get spent on? Is it going to get spent? We just need to wait and see next season, because with the money Celtic have got in their coffers, they should be buying a team fit enough to wipe aside everything in the SPL with a reserve team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you've got to look at it as well that these, if these players would have been brought in January, you're saying it's too late for this season, which it is obviously, but it might be too late for next season as well, because these players have got to settle in and bed into the team, bed into the club, get used to the surroundings, used to Glasgow. But we didn't sign anybody. We signed one player, or was it two? Yeah, it was two, wasn't it? Ida on loan, and I think it was Kuhn was the other one. Yeah. So no players in to bed in for next season's Champions League, and it could be qualifiers we're playing. You've got to remember, John.
Aye, very, very, very possibly it's qualifiers. Now, get back to the weekend's game. Not only have that SFA cost us 3 points, three crucial points in the league, but they've possibly robbed us of £40 million, under, possibly, if we don't win that league. I'm looking and holding them personally responsible for that.
Yeah.
If I was Celtic, Celtic. If I was in charge of Celtic, I'd be looking at personally, looking at them as partially responsible for that, losing that money. They seem to forget that there's big money involved in this league at the end of the season. Champions League purse, and they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think if we would have went top of the league on Sunday with a win, I don't think we would have budged for first place for here at the end of the season. I think we would have went on and won the league, but we're still 2 points behind. But yeah, you're right. These decisions are massive decisions when it comes to financial gain for the club, because as you say, 40-45 million pound at the end of the season. It's a fight to the end of the season. It's still in our hands, obviously. We can win every game for here at the end of the season, beat Rangers twice in that run as well, and win the league quite comfortably. But that decision just didn't help matters on Sunday, did it? That red card. As soon as I saw the red card, I knew right away that we weren't getting any points for that game.
Aye, exactly. That's it, isn't it? You're not going to get anything. After Rangers lost to Motherwell the previous Saturday, I kind of knew we weren't going to get anything out of that game. Yeah, I says it on Sunday. They'll find everything in their power to stop Celtic winning that game against Hearts, and they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, mate. Back to the wee bit of news. Kobashi is another one that could be out of transfer window exit for Celtic. So that's Abada. He's away. Kobashi looks like he's next. It looks like he's going to the MLS with Abada or Japan, but no deal has been struck yet for him. But talks are ongoing. So Abada and Kobashi, thanks for your services and good luck. But Kobashi, I think you only had 6 appearances for Celtic, John.
Not very memorable, were they?
No, definitely no.
Good luck. Listen, good luck to the boy. Whatever happens in his future. But Abada, he didn't want to play for Celtic. You could see it. He didn't want to play for Celtic.
Yeah,
good wee player that he was. Just glad to see the backing. We don't need that kind of influence on the players, Xander.
Yeah, and he's brought in the coffers to the club, so thanks for that. Anyway, it must have been paid for Abada, a couple of million, wasn't it? So, good bit of business there with Celtic. Okay, let's park that there. We want to quickly mention the competition for this week, the Celtic versus Livingston game. Competition for this week to win one of these beautiful, stunning Celtic Forever collector's item pens. Look at that on the picture on the screen there. Stunning pens, Celtic Forever pens, collector's items, nicely boxed up in the gift box as well. So all you have to do to win this competition is tell us in the comment section what minute you think the first goal will be scored in the Celtic versus Livingston game on Sunday. We're looking for the minute and the seconds, so that whoever's the closest, that gives them a better chance of winning, adding the seconds in there. The minute and the second, the minute and the second of the first goal,
That's actually might be a good competition, that. Who's going to score the first goal for Celtic?
Or in the game, because Celtic, aye. We'll maybe do that in the future. But for this week, it's minute and second of the very first goal, whether it's Livingston, whether it's Celtic. 5 guesses each, put it in the comments to win these stunning, beautiful pens. And we'll announce the winner on the game on Sunday around about 5-6 o'clock. So good luck to everybody entering that. All right, John, let's move on. I was looking at just to come off Celtic for a minute, Rangers are playing Benfica on Thursday night. I think that's right, isn't it?
Aye.
So I was looking at Benfica, right, John? And they played Porto at the weekend there. Now, this happened on their run to the final a few years ago, and every single round they played. They've already had a bye into the last 16, didn't need to play a game. So they're straight into the last 16. And they play Benfica, who lost 5-0, John, to Porto at the weekend there. It looks as though they're going to get the same run of luck as they did a few years ago.
Aye, all the teams either losing their manager, getting thumped in the league every week, or their club's in disarray or whatever. That's the kind of teams they played, and they call it success.
Yeah. Benfica's heads, where are their heads going to be, after getting beat 5-0, in the league. So that looks as though they're through the last 8 with the looks of things, but you never know. So good luck to Benfica on Thursday anyway. Back to Celtic, John. I want to have a wee quick report, if you like, a wee up-to-date report on Celtic's on loan players. So we'll start with Mikey Johnson, right? He scored again at the weekend there. So he's doing well, obviously, in a 2-1 win over he plays for over Coventry for West Brom, sorry. Scored again, John. He's buying in the goals for West Brom. Should we have let him go, or is it a good thing that we've let him go to get that experience in there?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think we should have kept a hold of him, John. But especially with Palmer off for him just now, he's another option there, isn't he? But yeah, I think we should have kept a hold of him. But it also does give him that experience, and he'll come back to Celtic, hopefully, an even better player.
Aye, I thought that. I says that at the time, didn't I? I thought we should have kept Mikey Johnson. I'm in that camp, Xander. I think we should have kept him because he was starting to come onto a game. He was scoring nice goals and that for Celtic. Look, maybe he's happy at West Brom. Maybe he'll want to stay there. I don't think there's a buy option for Mikey Johnson. Mm-hmm. So I think he'll be back at Celtic. And hopefully he can just come back a better player, Xander, like every player that goes out on loan.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good luck to Mikey anyway, John. I totally agree with that, by the way. But he's their player just now, and hopefully comes back a better Celtic player. But he's flying in there just now. He's flying.
That's good. I'm happy for him, Xander, like we Mikey Johnson.
Yeah. So they are. Okay, next one was Haskabanovic. He's plays for Stoke, obviously. He's had 18 appearances, John, for Stoke so far this season. 1 goal and 2 assists, so he's not exactly flying, is he?
No, is he only on loan? I thought we sold him.
Oh, he's on loan, yeah. But for what I know, he's on loan. I'm sure he's on loan, but
I'm not sure, but didn't do it anyway.
No. So, no, he's not doing too well anyway, John. 1 goal, 2 assists. Whether he's on loan, whether he's permanent, either way, we've done the right thing getting shot in by the looks of things, John. That's terrible statistics, I think. Tilio, on loan, 3 starts he's had for Melbourne. 1 goal and 2 assists. So, not a bad wee start for Tilio.
Aye. That was only his first game or something like that, but he's done nothing.
No. 3 starts, John. He's played 3 games since his move, and 1 goal and 2 assists. So it's not too bad, I suppose, for 3 games.
Aye, I don't know much about the boy. He played 1 game. That was it. He came on as a sub for 1 game, and that was all. I think that's all I've seen him. Not seen anything else. Don't know what he's like. Probably a decent wee player, young boy, isn't he? Take his chance somewhere else, back in Australia, where he comes from, of course. So good luck to the boy. And again, we can all hope he comes back to Celtic a better player. That's all we can hope for with all these boys.
Yeah, next one is Ben Summers, John. 18 games for Dunfermline so far, 2 goals, 2 assists. Just a young boy, 18-year-old. But yeah, he's a decent wee player, Ben Summers, isn't he? So 18 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. It's not too bad for a young boy, is it?
Not bad. I've seen the one he scored at Hampden. That was a nice goal.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Boston Lowell, 37 appearances, 4 goals. It's not bad for a defender. 4 goals and 1 assist. good luck to all these boys, but I can't see them coming back and doing anything for Celtic. But that's his stats, John. 37 appearances. He's played in all the cup games as well down there. But he's doing okay by all accounts.
Aye, 4 goals. Aye, for a defender, that's brilliant, isn't it? It's a good return, that.
Yeah, absolutely, John. And then I had a wee look at two that were on loan that are now permanent deals. These names will make you sick, John, because it reminds you of the COVID season. But Albion Guidetti, John, now signed for Basile on a permanent deal, 2 appearances and no goals.
Aye, what a player, eh? What was it we called him? The poor man's... he reminded me of who's the boy that was signed for Dundee? Chief Chi. The poor man's Chief Chi.
Yeah. Aye, the poor man's Chief Chi, aye. It's absolutely skint man's Chief Chi. Anyway, so that's his stats. No great. Obviously, we all know about Guidetti, lazy player. Barkas was the next one, John. Played 19. Listen, we hear these stats for Barkas, right? He plays for Utrecht now, right? He's played 19 games for Utrecht and conceded 25 goals and only had 3 clean sheets.
Oh, Butterfingers continues then, eh?
Oh dear. What were we thinking about paying all that money for Barkas, John?
I don't know. I think some scouts probably seen him in one game and thought he'll do us, but what a dud, you know?
Yeah.
He's up there, the best of the duds, your Wayne Biggins, etc., etc.
Yeah, why? Yeah. You know, that's unreal, isn't it? 25 goals. 25 goals conceded, John, in 19 games. That's a lot.
Aye.
For a team like Utrecht, anyway.
No disrespect to the pallet boy, Wayne Biggins, by the way.
Where are they now, John?
Where are they now?
Where are they now? This week we're starting off with Colin Hill, John. Colin Hill, 30 appearances for Celtic, 1 goal. Colin Hill, do you remember much of Colin, John?
I remember the name, that's it.
Aye. Mm-hmm. I remember a few of his appearances, but he's never stood out, did he, Colin? So what Colin's doing now is he's the assistant manager. I mean, talking about a come down, he's assistant manager of the Ireland women's team. Assistant manager, why not the manager? Anyway, that's what he's doing now, John. Assistant manager of the Ireland ladies international team, John. What do you think?
I don't think it. No, it's, like you say, what a come down.
Yeah.
Assistant manager. It's not even, like you says, it's not even manager, but look, good luck to the guy, you know. Hope he's happy and he's working all that. So, look, I wouldn't mind being an assistant manager to some team, or it doesn't matter what the team is, ladies or men's football. It's a job in the game, innit, Xander? He's doing what he loves. That's all that matters, I suppose.
Yeah. So good luck to him anyway in his new job role there.
Aye.
Next up, John, we've got Derek Ryen, 24 appearances for Celtic, 5 goals. Not exactly prolific, was he?
Yeah, I remember Derek Ryen, of course. He was quite prolific for Hibs, wasn't he? But I don't think he was so good for Celtic. Good wee player though, Derek Ryen. I quite liked him. He was half decent. But it was one of the players. He reminds me of the type of player. What was the other boy that played for Celtic but never got? He was kind of passed around as going to be a great player. He ended up signing for Hibs, going for Hibs, and then I think he's back at Hibs, or he was back at Hibs. I watched an interview with him recently. I keep forgetting that boy's name. Rangers supporter. Derek Ryen reminded me of him because both of the players came for Hibs, and they were both. They came with a reputation, basically. Scott Allen, that's it. Wee Scott Allen. Good wee player, by the way, wee Scott Allen. A lot of skill, a lot of ability. But I think Scott Allen's underlying health problems and that. He had diabetes and stuff like that, and other kind of health problems with a big setback for Scott Allen.
Yeah.
But no saying that you can't go and play professional football if you've got diabetes, because you can. As it's been proved with Scott Allen. But I think he had other things holding him back. Wee Scott, great wee player. And Derek Ryen, I think he was kind of billed as the next great Scottish player, but didn't live up to their name, if you like, their reputation.
Yeah, that's right, John. He was a decent wee player. And he also scored a belter, Scott, against Rangers. funny enough, he showed an absolute peach against them as well in a game. So he did put in a bit of effort against them as well. But what he's doing, Derek Ryen, John, he now owns his own pub, the Easter Road Bar, which is a sports bar in Edinburgh, obviously. So he owns a pub, John. He owns a pub, the Easter Road Bar. So if you have a wee game of pool, watch the Hibs game, just head along to the Easter Road Bar, John. What do you think of that?
That's great, aye. I guarantee you'll never see him in it.
No, probably not. But I thought, again, a boy with talent like that would have been still in the game, John. But no, he's went into the pub business, owns his own bar, so good luck to Derek with that one, John, I suppose.
Aye, well, like he says, well, like we were saying, he was billed as the next, new kid on the block, the hot kind of football property in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely flopped.
Yeah, as you said, decent at Hibs, terrible at Celtic, Maybe terrible is a bit harsh, but he never exactly made it at Celtic, did he? I think all his appearances came as off the bench. So, anyway, that's Derek. Anyway, Derek Ryen, Easter Road Bar. If you're in Edinburgh, nip in there for a pint, watch the Hibs game, watch Hibs beating Rangers on Sunday, you know what I mean? Just pop in there and you'll maybe see Derek behind the bar.
I tell him we were asking for him.
Aye, definitely. All right, John. Last one out of the three. So, just to interrupt, where are they now? Just some breaking news. Brendan Rodgers has been issued with an SFA charge for his comments after the Celtic and Hearts game at the weekend there. So, he could be facing up to a 2 or 3 match ban, which means he could be suspended for the game at Ibrox. So, we'll keep an eye on that one. We'll go into more detail on Saturday with that. And also, Bernabie could be on his way out of Celtic. We'll go into more detail. So back to, where are they now? Thomas Mad Dog Graison. Remember Thomas Graison, John? Played for Celtic, obviously. 22 appearances, 6 goals for Celtic. 2 of the goals were against Rangers. I remember that as if it was yesterday. The 2 goals he scored against them, brilliant. We thought we won a watch with Thomas when we saw that. That never quite worked out that way. Thomas Graison, what did you think of him as a player, John?
Nah, he was Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Thomas Mad Dog Graison, that's his nickname apparently. So,
aye, crackpot. Aye. I thought he was good. I liked him. He was a good personality. He was a good presence on the park.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
That's all I'll say. He was running about with that baldy head like Scott Brown, kicking everything up in the air and that, getting stuck into everything. Aye. I liked him, aye.
Aye. I liked him too. Just wasn't there long enough, and I think he came near the end of his career, didn't he? But Thomas is now, John, living in Los Angeles and amongst the supermodels, staying next door to the likes of Nicolas Cage. And his career, if you like, if you can call it a career, John, he's a professional gambler, John.
Aye, I think I read that recently, Xander. Just you've said that when you started talking about America, I remember this. He was there, but I couldn't remember what his profession was. And now that you've said it, I remember it now because I did read that.
Yeah, okay, John. He's a professional gambler. You look at Ryen and Healy just before there, John. Guess how much he's made gambling professionally, John, so far?
Oh,
allegedly.
So. I don't know. Let's say 7 million.
$100 million, John.
Right, that's professional.
That's professional, isn't it? Look at Derek Ryen, his wee pub, and Colin Hill, the assistant manager of the women's team in Ireland. And then you've got Thomas Mad Dog Graison. He already probably had about 50 million in the bank anyway, and now he's sitting there with an extra 100 million with the professional gambling, John. So I don't need to say good luck to Thomas Graison because he's already got it.
Aye. We all like Thomas Graison, like the Mad Dog Graison. Yeah. We all remember him fondly. It's good he's doing well for himself. I'm not going to say good luck because obviously he's got plenty of that.
Yeah. I mean, the supermodels, I stay beside supermodels as well, and that. So, but I don't have the 100 million, so.
Aye. I used to be a supermodel, but I had to be.
Let's try to get the time of day into it, I suppose.
Yeah. The high heels were killing me on the catwalk.
All right. Brilliant, John. Thanks. That wraps. Where are they now?
Where are they now?
Okay, John, that was quite good. I enjoyed that. I've mentioned the two promotions before we go into the comments, right? First promotion, obviously, what minute and second will the first goal be scored in the Celtic Livingston game? 5 guesses each. Leave your guesses in the comments. And the second promotion is the 4-week running promotion for the quadruple treble DVD box set, brand new, and the quadruple treble Legends frame print. Both prizes up for grabs, and all you have to do is name the two mystery ex-Celtic player voices. 2 guesses on each voice. Have a wee listen.
Of course, because I know few friends who play football here, and I know.
So those European nights were just they're it's funny when you retire, right?
So that's your 2 competitions for this week. Enter both competitions into the comment section, and good luck everybody with both of them. Well, John, what have you got comment-wise for us today?
You need to slow these prize giveaways down, Xander. It's no reveal a fortune, man. But
come on down.
Aye, exactly. Aye. It's a nice pens, though. I do like the pens. They're lovely.
Aye. Yeah, beautiful, aren't they?
I look forward to getting my hands on one of them.
Yeah, solid steel, John. Solid steel. There's none of your Bic nonsense here. This is the real deal, and the beautiful gift box set. So to get your hands on one of these gift packs, and they really are collector's items, John. I wouldn't be using them. I'd be putting them in a display cabinet anyway. So good luck, everybody. Anyway.
Aye.
Right.
Well, I'll get on with these comments, but just as well, I don't have to enter competitions. There's got to be some wee perks of doing a podcast,
That's it. You've got to get your freebies, John. Your freebies,
Aye, well, I haven't had any other ones, but I'll take a pen.
Aye, okay.
The reason I wouldn't take a print is because I don't like hanging a lot of stuff on the was, Xander. I like to have the was as minimal as possible.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
But,
all right, mate. Fair enough.
But there you go. The lovely prints. I would love one, but I wouldn't put stuff on my was. Like just a mirror so I can look at myself, like catwalk model. Yeah.
Sorry, John. On you go, mate. On you go. Right, there you go. Comment, wise.
Right. Chris B says, it's no puzzling why John Beaton made sure we lost. 11 minutes, sends off Yang just before half-time, gives that BS penalty. He needs taking out our game. Enough is enough.
Yeah, I didn't actually see that comment because I've not been on for a few days, but yeah, he's bang on. Yeah, well, let's put it this way, he shouldn't be near another Celtic game. Let them do what they're going to do in the Rangers games. That's up to them, but he shouldn't be near another Celtic game. That's my opinion anyway.
All right, Celtic fans, get the banners up, keep him out of game, him and Robertson, because they're complicit, basically. I think the SFA decided not to turn over that red card. There's something really, really stinks there with SFA as well. There's something no right here with this because it's not a red card. It's definitely 100% not a red card. Compare it to the Liam Scale ones and you'll see the difference. And nothing happened to the player that booted Liam Scales in the head. Just compare them. That's all I'm saying, guys. Anyway.
Yep. That's just one example.
That's just one example. Look, I'm not going to go through them all. Eclectic Minecraft says, Beaton Robertson should be banned from officiating any Celtic games. They were not even trying to hide their cheating. Despicable individuals.
Yeah. I agree with that. They shouldn't be near another Celtic game. It's blatant what they were doing, John. So, yeah, we've already went all that. But it's not going to happen because they'll be doing. I know that Beaton's already been given the Aberdeen and Kilmarnock game on Sunday. So, right away, they're doing top flight games. So, especially, what do you think of that Celtic, isn't it?
The SFA's not going to do anything to stand in their ways, Xander. Trust me. Anyway, I'll get through these quickly. It's a short podcast, Xander.
Yeah.
John Wilson says that pair acting under orders. Well, we've said that all along. They're acting under orders.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
Might not say it on the podcast, but I think there's something stinks right now. Doing it in a power to stop Celtic going top of that league. Someone else's nostalgia says, whatever happened to the simple concept? I'll read that out again, Xander. Whatever happened to the simple concept of ball to hand?
Well, when it comes to Celtic, it doesn't exist. It's it just doesn't exist, does it? It's a total accident, John, inside the box when the player's facing the other way, and he points directly to the spot after a VAR check. So nothing we can do about it. We can only bring it up on the podcast, I suppose, John.
Exactly, aye. If you've got your back to something, you can't see what's happening, and suddenly a ball comes out there and hits you in the horn. Aye, blatant penalty all day. Absolute mugs under. Let's see. Michelle Stewart. Xander, you wouldn't even call that rat brother, because we keep calling him brother Beaton, of course. He had his decision made before kick-off.
Yeah, he's called brother Beaton because of the Masonic side of things, not because he's my brother. You know, and it's, that's why we call him brother Beaton. So anyway, we've been over and over beating John, haven't we? It's we've just got to move on, isn't it? That's all we can do. Move on to the next game against Livingston, and we'll see what happens at the weekend.
Aye. And speaking of moving on, let's move on to the next comment. We would never sell our club for £1. Says, can't blame Rodgers for being annoyed at the decisions, and was never a red card or a penalty to Hearts. And this is why, this will only add fuel to the fire for Celtic for the rest of the season. Well, I think so. I think Celtic, they now know what they're up against, and I really think that's going to anger that Celtic team. The whole Celtic, the board, everybody is raising with us, every single person involved with Celtic, for the fans to the board. Yeah. We need to see Celtic showing Scotland why we're champions. We need to start showing them now.
Yeah, that's it, John. That's it. And I think we mentioned that. That was the first thing we mentioned, John. Once it on the post-match, after the Hearts game on Sunday there, that was the first thing we mentioned, was that's going to spur the Celtic players on. It's going to take something like that to galvanise the players. The feels they've been hard done by. It'll galvanise the players, and hopefully we'll go on a brilliant end of season run.
Well, let's hope and pray that happens, and I think it will. I think you'll see a different Celtic now. When you're watching cheating for yourself, it's going to anger you, innit? So let's move on. James Doran says, that's what we're up against, under corrupt officials, but we need to dust ourselves down now and beat Livy in the Scottish Cup at the weekend.
Aye. We'll get into the Livingston game on Saturday when we do the preview, but that's going to be a tricky game, that, John. I know they're sitting bottom of the league and they're getting gubbed off everybody, but that's not going to be a cakewalk either. So we need to be on our guard for that game, I think. We'll get into that on Saturday.
Aye. Well, I'm going to call that the last one, Xander. There is quite a few other ones, but they're all basically, it's the same thing. So I don't want to read out the same comment over and over again. We're all gutted. Every single one is gutted. I'll give a few shout outs to people with their guesses. I'll shout out to everybody we've spoke to so far. One club since 1888. Moving on from sham officials, my guesses for the Livy game. Thanks for your guesses. One club since 1888.
Yeah, thank you.
Rosemary had her guesses. Thanks for that, Rosemary.
Cheers.
More comments for James Doran, and we would never sell our club, and Michelle Stewart, etc. Thanks very much, guys, for all your comments. They're all appreciated, but we'll try to keep the podcast short so we can read them all at the day.
Okay, mate. All right. Thanks for reading them out. Thanks for the comments, everybody. Just keep them coming in. We appreciate every comment, and we try to read it as many as we possibly can. So keep them coming in, folks, and then get entering these two competitions as well, because they're good prizes that's been given away here. So get your entries into the comments. All right, John, that about wraps it up for us for the night. So we're all still a wee bit gutted after Sunday, but we just need to move on and get the battling heads on Celtic. Let's get every one of these teams put to bed nice and early, and we'll take it up to the Rangers game and see what happens there.
Aye, that's it, Xander. It's time to start starting the games in fifth gear now. Burying these teams before half time and make it a habit for now to the end of the season. That's what I would love to see, and I think we're going to see a lot of that now. Yeah, John, I think you're right. It's going to be a different Celtic. I think we'll still be tricky ties in there, obviously, but we're champions for a reason. That's all I will say, John. All right.
Thanks for coming on, buddy. Catch you on Saturday.
See you Saturday, Xander. Cheers and hail, hail, of course.
Right, John. Cheers. And thanks everybody for viewing. Thank you. Catch you later.